Chapter 4. The magic mirror. The queen's chamber was a room of shining stone, hung with heavy red curtains and decorated with golden furniture. In the very center stood her most precious treasure, the tall mirror framed in gold. By day it reflected the sunlight and glittered like water. By night, when the candles burned low, the mirror seemed alive, holding secrets inside its shining surface. The queen trusted this mirror more than any servant, more than any advisor, more even than the king. It was her silent friend and her cruel judge. After the mirror spoke the dreadful words that Snow White was fairer than she, the queen, could think of nothing else. She dismissed her ladies-in-waiting, paced the floor alone, and bit her lips until they bled. "How dare she?" whispered the queen. "A child, a girl of tender years. How can she be fairer than I, who am a queen, who have studied every art of beauty?" But the mirror never lied, and each time the queen asked again, hoping for a different answer, the words came back the same. "Snow White is fairer than you." Her jealousy grew sharp as a knife. It was not enough for her to be beautiful. She needed to be the most beautiful. She needed to be worshipped by all, envied by all, praised by all. As long as Snow White lived, she felt her throne was not secure. Day after day, the queen's face became harder, colder. Servants feared to meet her eyes. She sat at feasts without smiling, and when music played in the halls, she did not dance. She thought only of Snow White and how she might remove her. Chapter 5. The Hunter's Dilemma. One morning, the queen called for a trusted hunter from the royal guard. He was a strong man with broad shoulders and a kind face, used to chasing wolves in the forest and bringing down stags for the royal feasts. He entered the queen's chamber with respect, bowing low. "You sent for me, my queen." The queen's eyes glittered like ice. She handed him a small dagger, its blade sharp and polished. "You are loyal to me," she said. "Now you must prove it. Take the princess, Snow White, deep into the forest. Do not return until she is dead, and bring me her heart in this box so I may know you have obeyed." The hunter trembled. "Your Majesty, she is but a child." "Silence," snapped the queen. "Do as I command, or it will be your own heart I place inside this box." The hunter bowed again, though his stomach turned with fear. He dared not refuse, for he knew the queen's cruelty. Taking the box, he left the chamber, his heart heavy. That afternoon, he led Snow White out of the castle gates. The young princess smiled as she walked beside him, her dress of blue silk rustling in the breeze, her eyes bright and trusting. She thought it a fine adventure to go walking into the forest with the hunter. They passed through meadows where flowers bent their heads in the wind. They crossed a stream where the water sang over smooth stones. Deeper and deeper they went, until the trees grew tall and close, shutting out the sun. At last, when they reached a lonely place, the hunter stopped. His face was pale. He drew the dagger with shaking hands. "Dear princess," he said hoarsely, "forgive me. The queen has ordered me to kill you." Snow White's eyes widened in horror. kill me. But why? I have done no wrong." Tears filled the hunter's eyes. "It is not your fault, child. It is her jealousy. She cannot bear that you are fairer than she. But I cannot do this. I cannot harm you." He dropped the dagger to the ground and fell to his knees. "Run, Snow White, run far into the forest and never return to the castle. If you stay, the queen will find another way to destroy you." Snow White clasped her hands. "Oh, kind hunter, thank you for sparing me. I will go, I promise. I will never forget your mercy." The hunter turned away so she would not see the tears in his eyes. He watched her vanish into the shadowy forest, her white skin like a light among the trees. Then, to trick the queen, he hunted a wild boar. He slew the beast and cut out its heart, placing it in the box the queen had given him. With this cruel gift, he returned to the castle. When the queen received the box, she smiled wickedly. She thought her rival was gone forever. She ordered the cook to salt the heart and serve it at her supper, and so she ate it, believing it was Snow White's heart, and rejoiced that she was once more the fairest in the land. Chapter 6. Lost in the forest meanwhile, poor Snow White wandered deeper into the forest. At first, she tried to run, but the trees grew so thick that she stumbled and fell. Strange birds called overhead. Branches scratched her arms. Shadows shifted around her like dark shapes waiting to snatch her away. She was afraid. Every sound seemed like the growl of a wolf, every movement like the leap of a wild beast. She pressed her hands over her ears and cried, but the forest did not harm her. The deer lifted their heads to watch her with gentle eyes. Rabbits hopped near her feet without fear. Even the birds seemed to guide her way with their fluttering wings. At last, after wandering for hours, she saw a little path among the trees. Following it, she came to a clearing on a hillside. There, tucked between tall pines, stood a tiny cottage. Its roof was low, its windows small, and smoke rose from the chimney. Snow White's heart lifted with hope. She hurried to the cottage and knocked on the wooden door. No one answered. She pushed it gently and found it was not locked. Inside, she saw a room neat and tidy, but very small, as though built for children. On the table were 7 little plates, 7 little spoons, and 7 little cups. Against the wall stood 7 little beds, each neatly made. Snow White smiled in wonder. "I am so tired," she whispered. "Perhaps I may rest here a little while." But first, being a well-taught princess, she tidied the room. She set the chairs in order, swept the floor with the little broom, and even prepared some food from what she found in the cupboard. Only then did she lie down across the 7 beds, for she was too small to fit in just one, and soon she fell fast asleep. Outside, the forest grew darker, and the little cottage waited for its true owners to return.